All right, what's good, YouTube? This is BoxingWave, and I'm just going to give you a quick recap of tonight's fight. Vergil Ortiz Jr. stops Michael Mckinson on his first fight back in the ninth round. All right, so look, definitely going to talk about this more. I didn't get a chance to listen to the press conference, the post-fight press conference, so I don't know what was said. All I know is what Vergil Ortiz said ringside in the immediate post-fight interview. All right. So Ortiz fight went pretty much how I thought it was gonna go, except that I thought it was gonna be stopped much earlier in the fight. I actually predicted a fifth round stoppage, and mainly because Mckinson and his chin. I know he likes to lead a lot with his chin, and I figured that Ortiz was gonna clip him with a big shot. But look, the way the fight went, I gave Mckinson the first round. He came out very aggressive in the first round, kind of crowded Vergil Ortiz Jr. in the first round and was on the attack, all right, made Vergil a little bit uncomfortable. And I think that it was just a surprise. I don't think that they expected Mckinson to just rush out and be so aggressive so early on, all right? But after that first round, I basically gave Ortiz the rest of the fight, every single round. And Mckinson had his moments. Yes, he was landing some good shots. I really liked his check right hook and the way he was stepping around Ortiz. I like the fact that at some points he was good with his jab. He did land some good straight lefts in between the high guard of Vergil Ortiz. I also was able to, I was also impressed with the way that he would smother Ortiz's offense on the inside. He would just lead himself in and take away some of that offense. There was a lot of clinching from him at times, but it wasn't to a point where it was annoying. He did continue to move a lot, but Ortiz stayed right on him. He was able to cut off the ring very well, keep that volume going. He was very consistent with the volume, kept the jabs out there, kept the body shots out there, kept the power shots out. Like, he was just consistent like we normally would see him. I don't think he's lost a step at all since he was injured earlier this year, and he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. It's just that the only reason why I believe that the fight lasted as long as it did is because of Mckinson's toughness. He's been taking body shots throughout the entire fight, and he was just tough. I mean, he got dropped late in the 8th round by a body shot, okay? And then the 9th round started, and Ortiz went right at him, all right? Hit him with another body shot, put him down. I know that Mckinson got back up again, but he seemed to have some kind of leg injury. I saw that he was hopping on his leg. I don't know exactly what it was, but what I do know for a fact is that Ortiz was definitely killing him to the body, right? But Mckinson showed a lot of toughness. He was very aggressive, and I can say that he wasn't leading with his chin as much as we seen in previous fights. He definitely defensively was on point on this fight. I mean, his chin was still out there. Yes, he did get caught, but it wasn't in the way that we seen in previous fights. I thought that his chin was going to be completely exposed for this fight, and he would just make mistakes, poor defensive mistakes, and he did. He definitely did. But I did see some improvements. Even though he got dominated in this fight, I still think he did better than what I expected him to do. And I wouldn't mind seeing him fight again, especially if he could fight and be that aggressive. I know he doesn't have a lot of power, but I like the fact that he was going to Ortiz's body. I like the fact that he wasn't just trying to run the entire time. We know that he had light feet. We know that he could move well, but he still brought the fight to Ortiz at moments. He was able to smother some of Ortiz's offense. I like that. I like the fact that he did it, and I wouldn't mind seeing him again. Maybe not against a top tier fighter, but maybe against like an Alexis Rocha. I would like to see that, or Butayev. I would like to see a Butayev fight, or some of the other opponents that's down at 147. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters out there. Maybe a Rashidi Ellis, two guys with quick hands. That's a fight that I wouldn't mind seeing. So Mckinson, or even a Conor Ben, and I know he would be coming off of a loss, And but I mean, I think Ortiz. I mean, I'm not mad at the performance from Mckinson because I rate Ortiz so high underneath, obviously underneath Arrow and Bud. But outside of Arrow and Bud and Boots, I have Ortiz right there above everybody else. As far as who I think, based on the eye test, who I think is the best at 147. All right. So I wouldn't be mad. I don't think that the defeat is a bad defeat. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Mckinson should retire or anything like that. I think the performance was good. He showed a lot of good hand speed. He's definitely awkward. I think he can definitely outscore some fighters. And I think he has respectable power. I know he doesn't have knockout power. But again, like I said in the breakdown, I think his power is enough to back fighters off him. I've seen Vergil Ortiz take some hard shots in this fight. I've seen him back up from some of the punches that did land in the fight. You know what I'm saying? He did get caught even on the inside, even in some of the exchanges between the two. Mckinson was able to land some respectable shots. So much respect to him, but Vergil Ortiz is just on the top level to me, and I think he's just above, or I'm sorry, just below the top two fighters in the division, But yes, I would love to see Vergil against Boots. I would love to see him against Conor Ben or Stanionis or anybody else that's still around, I mean, even if like a Keith Thurman, if they can get him into a fight, all of those fights are all good, I think he is ready for a title fight. But we already know what we all want right now is Bud against Spence. That's the fight. Crawford against Spence is the fight to make. And it seems like with every interview that I hear of Vergil Ortiz, he understands that these guys got to do what they got to do. And he's not sitting here like he say, I'm willing to fight them, but I understand that they got to do what they got to do. But from what he said in the post-fight interviews that I watched, he said he's down to fight anybody. As long as it doesn't derail him from getting a title opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I like what I saw from Vergil Ortiz. Never a dull moment. I enjoy watching him fight. He brings a fight. He's very aggressive. He throws a lot of punches, and he's good at the same time. Yes, he still need to work on some things. Yes, I do still believe that sometimes he can set some of the shots up better. I do still think that he gets hit a lot, but for the most part, he does. With the kind of pressure he brings, I think he does have solid defense. I think he's good at parrying shots. I think he's good at trying to keep his head off the line, shifting his upper body, and I like the fact that he has good, quick feet. I like the fact that he could cut off the ring pretty good. He looks good. Overall, he looks like a very good fighter. All right? So anyway, that's my view on the fight for now. Definitely going to speak more on it. Probably in the morning, go live. Would love to hear what you guys got to say. Definitely drop comments, smash that like button, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. Peace.